Hello! Welcome back to the second episode of Jade. Last time we finished off the first day at the prologue. The night has been long and thankfully uneventful. Penny's been watching Evelyn, and Evelyn has been behaved for the rest of the night, but the redhead girl on guard mode evidently unnerved the eccentric Taylor. So the morning following my suggestion, we've reached an agreement.
Fine, I promise.
No. You have to say it out loud.
I don't use my semblance on my teammates without asking first.
Much appreciated, Evelyn.
She sighs loudly like she's just been given up something really important to her or a source of great amusement.
Things you do for your teammates.
Now that we're all at ease with each other, the exam is in 2 days from now, right?
Indeed. Which means I should go down to Vale and pick up the materials Ruby will need for your weapon, David.
Then I can show David around. I'm from Mistral, but it's not the first time I've been in Beacon or Vale, so I can give him the lay of the land.
I don't know.
Come on, Penny, she promised to be good. We should at least try trusting her if we're really going to be stuck together during the exam.
The exam and more?
I promise to scream for help if something happens.
We'll keep to open spaces with lots of people.
I'll write her name in blood on the asphalt if she hurts me. Huh, Penny? We're just joking.
Yeah, it's not like he'd have time to...
I slap one of my hands onto Evelyn's face and give her a small glare as to say, shush.
Okay, you can go.
Penny stood from the table as she said that. I blink as I realize she hasn't had breakfast. Penny, what about your breakfast?
Oh, don't worry. I will need something in town. It's just that I want to be at the parts shop at opening hour, and I have to go to Ruby first and ask her what she needs, so...
I see. Try to drink some water for that hiccup first, at least.
I will. I will see you later then.
Damn, I hope her hiccups aren't like mine. It takes forever to... Ew! You licked me.
You were keeping a hand over my mouth.
You licked my hand.
And it was delicious.
I suddenly want Penny to come back. Well then, what do you want to see first? I guess I should familiarize myself with the school, but what about we finish breakfast first? Let's go then. Pick a place and I'll show you around. So, got the path back to the dorm memorized? I think so, yeah. This is just the first year's dorm, right? Right. What about the other years? Where are they indeed? Wait, you mean you don't know? To be honest, I don't think I've seen any student that isn't a first year. And 3-4 second year ones. But this academy has a 4-year curriculum, right? Yeah. But I've never ever seen 3rd or 4th year students around here. That sounds very unlikely, like almost impossible. This academy is supposed to house what amounts to a pretty much small army. How can you just not meet senior students? Oh, I'm sure they'll pop up sooner or later, and if you befriend any students, you can come here to visit them. I'll keep that in mind. Let's continue the tour then. This is where me and Penny trained yesterday. From what I hear, it's one of the 2 most popular training spots in the school. Not a lot of places where you can go all out in Beacon. Plenty of open space. Makes sense. Ideal if you want to train with someone you manage to find it empty, that is. Huh? The place is so big. Aha! You're only sparred Penny so far. so you don't know what a battle between hunters or against Grimm can be. Yes, but still, this is a school. How destructive can training match between first-year students possibly be? Come around towards the source of the noise. Two students, both girls. One has a wild mane of long blonde hair and wears gauntlets from which projects explosive projectiles. The other has red hair of a similar length tied in a high ponytail and wields a shield and spear like they're made of cardboard. They're moving around the amphitheater in what can only be defined as a waltz of violence and don't seem that aware of their surroundings unless it can give them a strategic advantage. Exit left, right behind you. Good morning, Mr. Kakabagus. Miss Damrot. Headmaster. The headmaster's office doesn't look too different from the previous day, except for the lack of an assistant in general. Also, I just realized he always carries around a kind of cup. I wonder if it's the tea or coffee he's drinking. I'm just gonna say that Sprite does not help. Anything I can do for you? Not right now, Headmaster. Evelyn is showing me around the school. Wanted to become better acquainted with my teammate and stuff. That is a commendable idea. Especially considering that they probably be all that's between me and death or expulsion during the exam. And speaking of my teammates, Headmaster, is there going to be a fourth person joining us? Our apartment has 4 beds. Yes. Hopefully before the exam. Sadly, certain circumstances have come up. She will join the 30 of you on the day of the exam. She, so it's another girl? Too bad. I wanted to observe her for a bit before the exam. Evelyn, no. Just a little bit? She won't even notice. You promised not to. To my teammate. But upon just meeting her, she won't be my teammate yet. I just have to do it before she says words to each other. Oh, believe me, there will be words if you act in the way you acted with me to someone not half asleep. It's wonderful to see you are already getting along. One of the most important bonds you make at Beacon is the one in which your teammates, all hunters and huntresses, remain tied to their teammates in one way or another after graduation. Huh? Told you we'd be stuck together for a lot longer than just the exam. Hunters and huntresses are supposed to become paragons of strength, staunch pillars of support for Remnant, able to stand alone against the tides of darkness. But it's only when they come together that they can overcome the greatest adversaries. I guess it goes double for simple students. Precisely. Naturally. Thanks for the pep talk, Headmaster. Come on, Ariel. We've got a whole lot of school to see. If you ever need advice, my door is always open. Thanks, Headmaster. I just realized he expects me to become a hunter, doesn't he? This has always confused me because, like, what does David genuinely think it's gonna happen? Like, does he just think, yes, just go to the school for a year, or half a year, or whatever? This feels like a wasted deviation. Learning where to get food is never wasted time. But we were here this morning. What else can we do here other than eat? Earn some money, bucko. Excuse me? I don't know if you will have to pay tuition, since it seems like the headmaster has a particular interest in you. You still need to repay Ruby for your weapon, right? And I bet you want to repay Penny too, somehow. Kind of. She said she wanted a friend, but a good friend wouldn't let another friend's favor go unreturned. So to be a good friend, I must repay her, or maybe buy her a gift. Students can earn some granola by working in the kitchens. So you get paid, and you can earn even more work on your cooking skills. Good to know. I guess this wasn't a wasted deviation after all. Well, let's... Wait! Suddenly, Evelyn slightly raises her hat off her head and thrusts her hand up the available space. After a few seconds of rummaging, she presents me with a small plastic card, no bigger than my thumb's fingernail. What's this? It's a digital wallet. You'll need somewhere to stash your money, no? I hope to dear God she didn't find this laying around. Well, let's go now. Evelyn readjusted her hat on her head, taking care to leave one of her ears hanging out. Can I ask you something? Sure, shoot. Isn't it uncomfortable to wear those ears while also wearing a top hat? I mean, at least David has an excuse for being an idiot. Wear my ears? Huh? Yeah. Oh, brothers, you think these are fake? What do you mean I think? No, she can't be serious. You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Come here. She comes closer and grabs my right hand, then she slowly brings it to her exposed ear. Oh my God. As my fingers come in contact with it, it does feel like real fur. It's so soft and velvety and warm too, like a living thing. Oh God, I just felt it twitch. See? Incredible. I keep running my fingers on the edge and gently trace the leather-like skin on the inside. It's actually reminiscent of the feeling of a rabbit's ear.
That's enough. No.
I find myself also bringing my left hand to the exotic appendage, rubbing my left palm on the furry side to caress it softly.
Hey, knock it off!
My right hand slowly descends to the spot where the ear meets the scalp, remembering that...
I said, knock it off!
I start and stumble, so I'm suddenly shoved in the chest. Evelyn jumps back and brings her hand to her ear, as if to try and hide it from me. Her face is scarlet as she looks back at me, and she's breathing more heavily than before. Hey, what's the big idea, playing with somebody's ear like that? Oh, right, I bet those are pretty sensitive. Sorry, I just got carried away by the novelty and the softness and... I know, my ears are awesome, but try not to get so carried away next time, especially in public. Yeah, there's hardly anyone in the mess hall right at this time, but those who are staring at us. I will, sorry. Good, let's go then. Hey, what the hell did she mean by next time? Here's a classroom. You're going to be spending a lot of time in here. Considering I know next to nothing about Remnant, that's a safe assumption. What do you mean you know next to nothing about Remnant? Crap. Forgot we haven't told Evelyn about my situation yet. Then again, since we're going to have to be teammates, oh, screw it. It's not like she'll think I'm weird. See, the truth is... And that's the gist of it. You don't remember anything except your name, and enough to function as a normal member of society, but nothing about Remnant. Huh, why is she staring at me so intensely? Evelyn? It's nothing. Anyway, you should probably try not to skip any lessons if your brain's that empty. Hey, it's not empty, it's just ill-informed. Still, fighting's the main skill of a hunter, but without learning about the job and Remnant, you're going to have a lot of trouble in the field. Or in social interactions. Imagine the level of conversation you can hold with someone who doesn't even know what the hell you're talking about. For example, yesterday, Penny couldn't finish telling me about the Grimm. I see. Well, want Evelyn Sensei to teach you about it? Please. Grimm are pretty much the natural enemy of humanity. Remnant doesn't have a lot of recorded history, but it seems like as long as humans have existed, so have the Grimm. They have a few distinguishable traits. One, they made of shadow with red eyes and a bone mask. Two, they only attack humans unless provoked. Three, they literally don't have a soul, so they can't use aura. Yep. So far, they never been a record of something non-living or artificial generating aura. They're still extremely tough customers, though, hence why hunters need to be the toughest mofos alive. Ha 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 ha. Is that so? I laugh nervously, not exactly feeling confident. Oh, come on, have some faith in yourself. I bet that in a few weeks you're going to be kicking ass with the best of them. I mean, we have probably the most broken semblance in the show. I mean, in the entire series. Maybe in the first year. Well, let's go. Wait, before that. Just like before, Evelyn starts rummaging in her hat without properly raising it off her head. When she pulls it off again, she hands me an electronic device identical to the ones I've seen people use in Vale and Beacon. This is a scroll. I think it'll be a big help to keep track of all the new stuff. You can even call up an encyclopedia with a click. Is this your scroll? Nah, I got mine in my pocket. This is a spare one I found. You always carry around spare scrolls in your top hat? Nope. So count yourself lucky. If you ever need to access your notes, you just have to tap the icon in the upper right corner of the screen. Well, that's enough showing you around the school. For now, let's hit the town. It's almost lunchtime, though. My treat. Oh, come on, I don't want to end up indebted to the whole school. If you're studying to become a hunter, this is the one place you've got to know your way to. After a brief walk through Vale, Evelyn has brought me to a shop with various arrays of differently colored and sized crystals in the window display. Some are as big as my fist, others as small as my thumb, others are in the shape of bullets, from dusk till dawn. Vale's oldest dust shop and the only one that was allowed to keep its name after a Schnee merger. Currently finishing renovations. Dust. RWBY mentioned it yesterday while we were talking about weapons, but what's a Schnee? That's two questions. What do you want to talk about first? Tell me what a Schnee is. Well, I mentioned a merger. What do you think that is? A merger is when two businesses become one, right? So that's not a Schnee, but the Schnee Company? Biggest dust traders in all of Atlas, and one of the most powerful organizations in Remnant. They own close to 75% of all operations concerning dust and Remnant. Extraction, refining, wholesale, retail, they got it all. It's a family business, and since the second generation came to power, they've got R&D too. But they sound important and powerful, but their business practices are not all exactly ethical. Typical, power corrupts, and money is very powerful, so I guess it's better not to cross them. That's the most sensible thing to do. Yeah, I like to cross them as much as I can. I should be surprised, but I'm not. Maybe, though, it's related to something more than Evelyn's eccentricities. Moving on, can you tell me more about dust? RWBY said that it was some kind of powder endued with the power of the elements used to power up weapons. Yes and no. Yes, dust is a mineral only found in the powder form in the wild that contains the power of one of the four elements: fire, water, lightning, wind. But it's not just used to power weapons. Most of the Remnant's technology is based on dust, in one way or another. The most common way to use it is in fight with bullets or crystals. You can also imbue your clothes with dust, but that was more common in the olden days. That sounds very versatile and cool and very important. Hunters can do some pretty cool stuff with just order and semblance, but it's how well you use those and dust both that sets you high above the rest. And it also gives normal people a fighting chance. Not everyone is a student at a combat academy, but almost anyone can learn how to fire a gun. Thanks for the information, Evelyn. You're welcome. Oh! While we were talking, an old man has gotten out of the shop and is now sticking a flyer to the side of the door. Once that's over and done with, he opens the door on the shop and steps back inside. A closer look reveals that it's an ad offering a part-time position at the shop. Well, would you look at that? We found you another prospective job. Think I could work here? I don't know anything about using or handling dust. Hires with no previous experience required, so the old man is probably willing to teach you about dust. That actually makes sense. I'll definitely keep this place in mind once it opens. My custom order should have arrived. This is Main Street. It runs all the way from the north end to the south end of Vale City. There are a lot of shops. If you need to buy anything, common, or just want to grab a bite to eat, Main Street is the place for you. More specialized shops are scattered throughout the city instead. To find them, you need to know where to look. There's also Market Street, but right now it's closed because of renovations. Probably redoing the pavement and substituting broken glass. I'm so sorry. Still, Main Street is the best place for small shopping and go on dates. If I ever find somebody ever wanting to go on one, sure. Oh, come on, you're not that socially awkward. I could be. Maybe I just forgot. Well, so far you're not giving me that vibe. And you're attractive enough. Are you always this blunt? Nah, just when it comes to messing with people's heads. Consider me messed with. Roger, let's continue the tour for now. There doesn't seem to be much on this side street. It does remind me of the one with the dumpster where I hid while waiting for Penny, though. Keep it in mind anyway. This, my friend, is a shortcut to one of the must-know places in Vale. And that would be... you're still not ready to know. Way too green. But I can tell you it only opens at night. So she just brought me here to dangle a carrot in front of my face. Tease. And speaking of carrots, so I didn't get a chance to ask before, but what's the deal with the ears? Well, I thought it was obvious. They're cute.
They're cute, soft, and make me adorable.
Okay, I got that. What I mean is, why do you have them?
Because I'm a faunus. Duh.
Evelyn,
You could have at least begged me a little.
why does she want me to beg her all of a sudden?
Faunus are just like humans, except they have some animal-related traits. Some have ears, some have claws, some have tails.
Haven't seen many around, though. You haven't been around much.
Well, you haven't been in Vale that long, and Beacon is almost empty right now, remember? Faunus are not as numerous as humans, and most of them try to keep themselves scarce. A lot still prefer to live outside of the Four Kingdoms.
In the middle of Grimm County? Why is that?
Racial tensions. Just try this on for size. The last big international incident happened when they tried to put all Fauny on a fish-shaped island. Out of sight, out of mind, huh?
I know they only have so many sprites, but I do find it funny, like, both in Kobold and in this, some of the character models just have, sprites like this during conversations like this. Although for Evelyn, it makes sense, because she is cray-cray. You're actually serious.
Yep. The island is called Menagerie, too. It was supposed to be a gift after the Great War, but not everyone fell for it.
Hold on
To
one
be
second.
fair, Vale is actually almost completely...
I'm coming! I am sorry about that.
Yep, the island is called Menagerie too. It was supposed to be a gift after the Great War, but not everyone fell for it. To be fair, Vale is actually almost completely integrated nowadays, but that's not the norm. And then there's the whole thing with the Schnee Company.
That's a dick move if I've ever heard one, but why? I mean, are faunas more dangerous or something?
No more than humans nowadays. When it was all rocks and loincloths, we might have had a slight advantage, but...
Then why?
Long story. And we have a tour to get back to. Make a note in your scroll about it. Cute Bunny owes me a history lesson. You're actually making a note about it?
Sounds important.
What a good student! Teacher Evelyn is pleased.
Glad you are? That's pretty much it for now, but as you keep meeting people and doing stuff, you'll probably discover new places on your own. Almost sundown. Want to do anything before going back to Beacon? Well, there's one thing. What did you say the name of this flavor was? Neapolitan. A delicious patchwork of strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate for the price of one flavor. This is good indeed. I wonder if I tried this before, but I've only forgotten about it. I just had a fun thought. What is it? If I've already tried this, but forgotten about it, I'm the only person alive who's experienced eating Neapolitan ice cream for the first time, twice. So unfair. Also, you're already able to joke about it after 2 days? Yes, Penny, finding me right off the bat dulled the shock, and you've been kind of helpful too. Only kind of? Okay, maybe a little more. Damn right! Speaking of Penny, I wonder where she is. She's probably helping Ruby with your weapon. Oh right, I wonder how that's going. I can't believe I stayed up all night and all day working on this. But the ideas just kept coming and coming and coming. Thank God I settled on one design when Penny came up by to ask me about the materials. I managed to sneak in a break while she went to town. Why am I doing this to myself, Ruby? Rose, you should have just said no, or you could have taken it easy. They didn't need this thing until Sunday. Woo! Hey, Ruby, still working on that thing? Hey, gang. Yes, I am. Like a moron. I'm almost done, though. Our little pushover. Is it at least a good one? Of course it's a good one. It's me, remember? And you're severely sleep deprived. You sure this thing isn't gonna blow up in some poor guy's face? Of course not. Well, 90% no. I see. What? Yeah, Yang! Let me down. Only on your bed, you damn whiz kid. Get some rest and then finish working on this weapon, okay? For the sake of both the user and keeping your record clean of accidental manslaughter. Well, look at Miss Property Damage preaching. That's different. I was in total control of my mental facilities when I trashed that club. Stop being proud of criminal charges. When you stop being stubborn and get some sleep, cheater, blackmailer. Bet Penny doesn't have to put up this kind of stuff. People forcing her to be a responsible sleeper. So, you are positive you won't blow your cover or expose yourself?
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. I can properly simulate sleep, and eating won't be a problem either, right? Husband is now convinced you have special needs because of health issues. Yes. Wonderful. I still think this is an unnecessary risk, Penny. Sir, I'm here to test myself as a fighter, but I I think this is also a good occasion to test my level of integration with people. You developed the Elysian Knight 200 models to look more human and to act more human-like, to give people a greater sense of security. Because we both know how important that is. And Beacon is a more controlled environment than Vale City, as the headmaster said. I guess I will have to live with that amount of risk, will I? Yes, my assertions convinced him. What I'm wondering is if you're taking that risk into account yourself, Penny. What do you mean, sir? I've been on many battlefields, Penny, both with and without weapons. I learned one lesson above all. People can be unexpectedly cruel to those who are different. My files corroborate this. We had a war because some people wanted to suppress individuality. Another, because people thought of those with animal traits as lower than even animals, unnatural. I'm afraid of how they would treat someone who wasn't born and yet lives. I respect your courage, Penny. I just hope you won't have to see the ugly side of people anytime soon. I will be careful. They will never find out. They won't. Back safe and sound and with all your blood inside your body. Now mysterious writings splattered over random walls of the city today. No siree. And all in all, I have to admit, I had fun exploring with Evelyn. She's fun, full of energy, and surprisingly knowledgeable. Granted, anyone looks knowledgeable compared to me. She's much smarter than what she may appear at first glance. So, want to go see what Penny's been up to? Sounds good, huh? As I look towards the school, my sight falls upon a figure in a cloak standing in front of the main building's gate. She's petite and holding a briefcase in her hand. She raises her head as I lay my eyes on hers, and she flexes. My eyes widen as I see her running at breakneck speed in our direction. Evelyn, watch out! What? On instinct, I grab Evelyn's right shoulder and push her out of the way as the red shape comes barreling our way. My body freezes and I hold my arms crossed in an X in front of my body, ready to protect myself from a blow, but the blow never comes. Never. Instead, what I get is a briefcase thrust in front of my body as if it's being presented with it. Hey, what's the big idea? Evelyn gets up off the ground and dusts off her clothes as she takes in the situation. Why did you throw me? No, why were you running at us like that, dude? I think that was the girl, Evelyn. The figure just keeps panting, out of breath. I wish she would lower that briefcase already so I could see. Wait, a red hood? RWBY? Never, ever do something like this to me again. Oof. She suddenly shoves the briefcase in my arms and lets go. As I take a better look at her, I realize her hair is a mess and she looks like she really needs a shower and a few hours of sleep. All-nighters I can handle, but your juicy ideas kept me up all day. I barely ate or went to the bathroom, and Yang treated me like a baby. Well, if you were forgetting about eating or getting any rest, that's probably a little warranted. She put me over her head, her shoulder like a sack of red potatoes, and used common sense on me. Common sense! So, what do you mean? Oh, right, you don't know Yang. Well, suffice to say, I felt dumb and helpless and just a little grateful because I really needed my sleep, but still, okay, I get it. I won't ask you to build a weapon ever again. Although technically it was Penny who asked, but I'm the direct beneficiary here. Good. Now are you going to gaze upon its perfection? Her gaze falls upon the briefcase, and mine and Evelyn's follow suit. My weapon is complete. You completed it in less than 24 hours? Yeah, I'm awesome. Open. I want to see your face. Here we go, then. Feel my heart pulsating in my chest, an excitement I can't really explain permeating me as my hands go to the briefcase metallic latch after placing it on a nearby bench. Now I believe they changed the name partially at some point to the so it fits better with the colors or something. Once I open the latch, the briefcase opens easily, unveiling its contents in the artificial light of the lamppost. The inside of the briefcase is covered in a red fabric, and inside the reds, twin gauntlets of silver and blue, one with long whip and made of similar metal wrapped around in the midsection. This is beautiful, incredible, awesome, terrific. All that and above, but how does it work? I'm glad you asked. Important thing first, you use dust, you grab a crystal, and crush it in your grip. I have to what? With Aura, you can do that as like breathing, silly. Ah, right, so I crush it in my grip, yes. If you crush it with the right gauntlet, while the whip is still wrapped around it, you will just grab the stock after doing it. It becomes charged with the crystal's energy for a short period of time, so you get an ice whip, fire whip, shadow whip, and so on. Nice. You can already picture the image in my head vividly and in detail. A whip slashing an enemy repeatedly, dozens of times in rapid succession. Each small injury catching fire or freezing a part of the body. A little too vividly, maybe. What the hell was that? Otherwise, the charge stays in the gauntlet until you transfer it to the whip, or shram! You can shoot it out. How do you shoot something out of a gauntlet? From the palm, see? RWBY grabs the right gauntlet and turns it on its back, exposing a metallic circle on the palm. From here, you just need to quickly snap your fingers open. If you do it with the left gauntlet, you get a rapid machine gun fire. If you do it with the right, you charge and shoot one big projectile. Boom. I guess you'll have to practice aiming, though. It's not your conventional gun, but no weapon of mine will lack a gun mode. Oh, I see. Damn, you really thought of everything. Of course I did. Well, after I slept some. Good. All we need now is a name, then. I already thought of one. Shouldn't he be the one to name it, though, since he's going to use it? My baby, my name, and Penny said I could. But Ariel is the one who thought of the concept. I'm the one who carried it to the town. All right, it was a shared effort. What's the name you've thought of, RWBY? Took a page out of the old school book for this one. Ariel, may I introduce you to Johnny Clostus? Old school. You went ancient vernacular. No one asked for your opinion, Cottontail. Have you known that my tail was ripped off a long time ago? What? She's just joking, RWBY. So I have a feeling that ruined what they were supposed to be a cool moment. Well, thanks, RWBY. I love it, and I'll be sure to repay you. What? You're not going to try it? We're kind of in the middle of the school courtyard, and I wanted to show it to Penny first, actually. Yeah, I don't think she'd like it if you start swinging that thing around without her supervision. Then let's go show her, and then tomorrow we can go try it out together. All together? If you think I'm not going to be there for my baby's first showcase day of school, you've got another thing coming. Well, and here I thought I was obsessed about stuff. Good stuff or bad stuff? Yes! That wasn't an answer. It was. Not a specific answer. Hey, Penny, we're back. Welcome back, Ariel, Evelyn. Did I just imagine it, or did she look troubled there for a second? And RWBY, I finished it.
What?
Finished it? You mean Ariel's weapon? In record time, with only slight forgetfulness about my well-being. You stayed up for almost 24 hours straight. Oh, you have no idea what I did when I first started working on Crescent Rose. Oh, RWBY, I'm so sorry. It's alright. I liked working on it, and I got to see a new side of Penny. A new side? I didn't think you had it in you to trick people. What? She tricked you? I know, right? I mean, I didn't know Penny very well, but she doesn't give off the impression of being shrewd, you know? I didn't imagine it then. There's something bothering Penny, and whatever it is, this current line of discussion is making her even more uncomfortable. Alright, Ariel, time to be a distraction. Ow! God, that hurt. Thank God my aura is already healing it, but damn, this briefcase is heavier than it looks. Ow, right on the foot, the little toe. Evelyn inhales sharply through her teeth as I say that. Well, it's not really the little toe to tell the truth, but it's certainly more distracting to say so. My hobbling as I sit on one of the beds is totally real, though. Ariel, are you injured? It's nothing too bad. The pain's already fading, and Aura will take care of it, right? Jeez, you're so clumsy. You could have seriously hurt my baby, you know? Not clumsy, I was just distracted. Something dropped out of your grip while you were standing. That's beyond simple distraction. She's right. One would think you did it on purpose, you know. I doubt even you could find a reason for anyone to do that. Oh, I'm sure that given a few hours, I most certainly could. Right off the top of my head, I'm thinking masochistic tendencies and all that thought. Thank you. I'm not into S&M. What's S&M? We could tell you, but gang would kill us. Glad you asked. Want to talk about it while I walk you back to your room? What? Hey. What was that all about? I think Evelyn also noticed.
Thank you.
That you hurt yourself on purpose because of me, and she wanted to give us some space. That's stupid. Why would I do that? Because you noticed I was getting increasingly uncomfortable as they talked about me. I guess I only fooled Ruby there. Huh. Well, that's fine. I figured that whatever was troubling you was getting worse by them joking like that. I don't think they noticed. You were the first in the room and the only one to see my expression. They probably just thought I didn't know how to react to their teasing. Which was only half truthful, a statement, I guess. What's worrying you, Penny? Something happened while we were gone? She's staring at me very intensely, her right hand gripping... Ariel, you're my friend, right? Yes, I'll always be. How can you make that kind of statement? We've only known each other for a few days. Because I want to. You want to? Yes. You can't. I can't be your friend?
What?
No, yes, you can be. But what if you discover something terrible about me? What if I do... But what if I do something bad? You plan to? No! There you have it. Do you really mean it? Oh, damn, she's cute. Yes, you stuttered. Because it's kind of embarrassing when you say these things out loud. You weren't embarrassed before. You weren't smiling before. I was more focused on trying to get you to do that than realizing, what if I'm actually a different person than what I appear to be? What if I'm vastly different from any other person? Then I guess we'll be different together. I'm not exactly normal myself. You're right. You are not. Just a great couple of weirdos. But seriously, Penny, I gather all my courage and look straight into those big emerald pools which threaten to swallow me up in their tenderness. You're literally my best friend right now. And while we may have known each other for a little bit, you're already done so much for me. There's really nothing short of total betrayal that could make me not think of you as my friend anymore. Then let's both make a promise. Huh? A promise? She holds out her right hand, pinky stretched out. I promise to never betray you or your trust. I stare at her for only a brief instant before smiling and holding up my own right hand, pinky going to grab at her own. And I promise to always be your friend. I don't know how this particular form of pledge continues. I never acquired that information. Who cares? I know you mean it. And I mean it too, Penny. I'm going to see how long I've been recording after this section. How are you liking with your two prospective teammates, Miss Damarot? They're both very interesting. Ariel in particular. I mean, Penny is one scrumptious cookie too, but Ariel. Anyway, come on, tell me. Tell you what? That's our last teammate. Oh, her. Like you, it's a person whose services I have used many times in the past. Oh, another orphan. I feel an affinity already. It's a little more than an affinity since we've met before. Familiarity, then. Who is she? Who is she? Well, let's just say you met over dinner. Knowing the story between those two, I'm genuinely curious.
Gray-haired
Yes,
asshole.
I'm genuinely curious how she knew that. Like, I guess that is a memorable moment, so she would know. Yeah, nobody is insane enough, Ruby. And I'm going to call it a part there. Mainly because I am tired.